Thanks for that, and welcome to Newsday on the BBC with Declan Harvey and Bola Masuro.
This half hour will be heading to the United States and South Korea to get responses following the latest tough warning from Donald Trump to North Korea's leader.
There's heartache for two of Africa's top sprinters in the World Athletics Championships in London. Alistair Ross will bring us the latest.
And hope for those in regions affected by the Zika virus, a plant-based vaccine. We'll hear why it might be better than others currently being developed.
But first, it's a virus which was particularly virulent in Brazil and parts of the Americas in 2015. But now hope for long-term control of the Zika virus could be at hand with the announcement that a plant-based Zika vaccine may have been developed. The virus is linked to birth defects like microcephaly, where babies are born with abnormally small heads. Dr. Sean Chen is leading the study at Arizona State University's Biodesign Institute. He joins us now. Good morning to you, Dr. Chen.
Good morning to you too.
Tell us, how was this vaccine made?
It's made in plants. We introduced the gene from a Zika virus protein into plants, and then we wait for 7 days, and plants will magically produce the vaccine protein. So we isolate the protein, purify them, and then we can test the efficacy.
And this is a tobacco plant, I understand.
Yes, it is a tobacco plant.
So it could be cheaper and safer than other alternatives, is that right?
Yes, so what we're trying to do here is to develop a vaccine as effective as other vaccine candidates, but at the same time, we are trying to address the safety issue. Remember, women who want to become pregnant are the most affected by Zika virus, so they will most likely make up the majority of the target population of the vaccine. We have to make sure it is 100% safe.
In layman's terms, step me through how it works on the system.
Okay, the easiest way to make a vaccine is to use killed virus. However, if not properly handled, it runs the risk of inoculating live virus into healthy people. One of the major candidates now people are testing is based on killed virus. So another thing is that vaccines based on a large piece of DNA or protein may share common components with Zika virus genetic cousins, such as dengue virus. These kind of vaccines may trigger immune responses that predispose recipients to infection by these cousin viruses. So what we're trying to do here is that we use the smallest piece possible from a Zika virus protein, which is very unique and specific to Zika, to avoid cross-reaction with other viruses. That way, our vaccine will protect people from Zika infection, but at the same time, eliminate the risk of subsequent infection by related virus. So the trick is that the vaccine have to be really unique and specific to Zika virus, but not reactive with other viruses.
Are there any side effects?
Well, that's what we're trying to address. The other vaccines may have side effect of enhanced infection by their cousin viruses, but in our case, we eliminate that side effect.
To say at this stage that it is safer and cheaper, is that, are you certain of that, or is that what you're hoping?
The safer part we already discussed earlier, because we eliminated the risk of enhancement to other viral infections. So we know that at least in animal models, it's safer. Cheaper-wise, as we all know that plants only need light and water to grow, in contrast to the sterile media required to grow viruses. And we also can easily scale this up in big greenhouses to produce enough vaccine.
And does that mean it could be, does that mean it could be easier to produce in more places around the world then?
Yes, because compared with other technology platforms, it is much more feasible to adapt plant-based systems in the developing world, because building greenhouses is much more economical than building a sophisticated cell culture facilities.
I just have a couple of seconds left with you, Dr. Chen, but how soon could it be used for humans? I know it's just been tested on mice so far.
Yeah, for vaccine candidate to become a licensed vaccine, there are many factors beyond science. For example, depending on the availability of funding and the severity of the Zika epidemic. But science-wise, we are ready to move forward. We are looking for partners to move this forward as fast as we can. Science-wise, we can get this done within 2 or 3 years for human trials.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Sean Chen from Arizona State University.
It's 18 minutes past the hour. Time to get the latest sports headlines now from Alistair Ross.
Thanks, Bola. Turkey's Ramel Juliev wrecked the dreams of 400-metre champion Wade van Niekerk and Botswana's Isaac Makwala to seize the 200-metre title at the World Athletics Championships. Van Niekerk had been hunting the first 200-400 double since Michael Johnson 22 years ago, but finished second, while Makwala had run a solo time trial to get this far after his initial controversial exclusion on medical grounds. He finished sixth. Final golf major of the year, the US PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson, though, a further 7 shots back and unlikely to make Friday's cut after a horrible 8-over par opening round.